I've replayed this moment in my mind countless times, wondering if I should have let it slip away. Some moments don't fade. They etch themselves into your memory, a quiet rebellion against being overlooked. I shifted to look at him more closely. His gaze met mine, cautious yet curious. Early morning coffee steamed between us. I let my hand rest near his, close enough to feel the warmth of his skin. I didn't speak, didn't press. If you've ever felt that kind of silence, thick, charged, almost tangible, you know how it anchors you. The wooden porch boards were cool beneath my bare feet as I stepped outside, cradling my coffee mug with both hands. Dawn had just broken, casting a gentle golden glow across the yard. A soft breeze danced in that delicate space between warmth and chill, the tender indecision of early mornings. I let out a slow, quiet breath. The steam from my coffee swirled upward in graceful curls, catching the light. My robe, the one I always reached for first thing in the morning, draped softly against my skin. The fabric brushed my wrists as I tightened my grip on the mug. I took a small sip, the kind that lingers on your tongue before you swallow, a moment of perfect balance. I closed my eyes briefly, savoring the stillness. Then the doorbell chimed. It wasn't loud, but in the morning's hush, it rippled like a pebble dropped in calm water. I stepped back inside. When I opened the door, he was already halfway down the steps, as if he'd reconsidered being there at all. The sound must have startled him. He paused, straightening up. He was tall, his frame filling the space, yet his movements carried an uncertainty, as if he wasn't sure how much room he was allowed to take. His delivery uniform hung slightly loose, the fabric a touch wrinkled, like it was borrowed or unfamiliar. His eyes met mine for a fleeting moment, just long enough to register. Then they dropped. I leaned against the doorframe, relaxed but alert. My coffee mug warmed my hand. The other hand rested near the doorframe, my fingers grazing the wood. "That for me?" I asked, nodding toward the package in his hands. He took a cautious step forward, as if reluctant to disturb the space between us. His voice was low, measured. "Yeah, I reached out. "Urgent?" I said with a slight smile, taking the box. My fingers brushed his, lingering just a moment longer than necessary. He didn't pull away immediately. He stood there, his expression holding something unspoken, curiosity, perhaps, or hesitation. I shifted slightly, leaving the door ajar behind me. His gaze flickered to mine again, a spark of surprise or maybe intrigue. "Still here?" I teased softly, a playful lilt in my voice. Then I turned and stepped inside. Slow steps, deliberate movements, coffee in one hand, package in the other. I didn't close the door. I didn't need to. The floorboards creaked faintly under my weight, the kind of sound that feels like home. The air behind me stayed still until I heard it, a soft click as the door closed. No rush, no force. I set the package on the narrow entryway table, still holding my coffee, and turned just enough to see him. He stood there, shoulders slightly tense, eyes fixed on me, trying to read the moment, to understand what this was. I didn't speak right away. I let the silence stretch, the kind that makes you aware of your own heartbeat. "You can tell it's mine by the label," I said lightly, as if we were still talking about the delivery. He nodded, a small, thoughtful gesture. Then he reached back, gently pushing the door fully closed. The latch clicked with quiet finality, sealing the air between us. I stepped aside, offering a wordless invitation. He accepted, moving inside with careful steps, not like a stranger, but like someone unsure of what he wanted. His eyes locked on mine as he stopped just in front of me. I let my gaze drift to his hand. He flinched slightly, caught between reaching out and holding back, so I moved first. I turned my hand, letting it slide beneath his. "It's okay," I said, my voice barely above a whisper. "No need to be nervous." His fingers shifted, curling gently around mine, testing the connection. He didn't pull away or press closer, just held the moment. I felt how close we were, the kind of closeness where you sense someone's warmth before any contact. I turned to face him fully. His eyes lifted to meet mine, still hesitant, still unsure. I placed my hand near his again, unhurried. That seemed to settle something in him. He took a small step closer. Even without touching, his shoulder hovered near mine, his lips parting as if to speak, though no words came. A flicker of anticipation sparked in my chest, that unsteady thrill when everything feels on the verge of change. My robe shifted slightly. I noticed his gaze drift to the hem, then quickly away. I smiled faintly, letting him know it was okay, that I was okay. His hand lifted again, tracing a slow path along my arm. The fabric of my robe whispered under his touch. His fingers were careful, tentative, but present. I inhaled deeply, the air catching in my throat. Then I exhaled, soft as the breeze stirring the hallway curtains. The edge of my robe slipped from my shoulder. He didn't move. His hand rested at my side. "You're here now," I murmured. "Now," he echoed, his voice low. "That's good." His eyes stayed on mine, and I guided his hand where it felt right. I rested my hand over his, leaning in. Our lips met, unhurried, patient, as if we both understood the value of taking our time. The kiss carried warmth, a faint hint of coffee lingering between us. His hands remained gentle, resting without grasping, simply there. When we parted, I felt the shift, quiet, honest, real. I stepped back slowly until my palms found the edge of the hallway table, grounding me. He followed, more confident now. His hands brushed my arms, the fabric of my robe rustling softly. Every movement was intentional, measured. The morning air had cooled, but I felt no chill. Another kiss, softer this time. My hand found the small of his back. He didn't pull away. We stood there, breathing in sync, no words, just presence. My arms loosely circled his neck. He leaned closer. Without speaking, I held him there. The table behind me shifted slightly under our weight, creaking faintly, but we didn't move. There was no rush, no urgency, no plan. Just this moment, this quiet, and neither of us wanted to let it go. Not yet. Not while the morning remained still. Not while the world felt paused just for us. So we stayed.